This video, and the stream where all the footage has come from, has been sponsored by Transparent Games. Saintess of the Golden Bow is coming soon to Kickstarter, but you can play the demo on Steam right now. YouTube, welcome to the first Indie Demo Fest for 2025, and we're kicking things off with Saintess of the Golden Bow. Yay! It's an upcoming otome visual novel that you may have seen me play on Let's Play One Shot back in September. This is a newly updated demo ahead of its Kickstarter launch, which, unless I'm mistaken, is dropping the same day as the demo. I might be wrong. Yeah. Anyway. Let's get the thing started then. Okay, and forgive me if I do not remember any of the voices I did on the video. The next evening, Linda gets me all dolled up for the grand ball the Empress is throwing in my name. At the ball, I find myself sitting at the table, staring at silverware I have no idea how to properly use. Celeste's memories aren't helping me much. The servant puts a salad in front of me, and I pick up one of the forks. There's an offended gasp from my left. I look to the noble lady sitting next to me. She's almost purple in the face, staring down at the fork I'm holding. Sorry, I used the wrong kind of fork. Wrong piece of cutlery then. I put it down and take another in my hand. I steal a sideways glance at the noble lady. She doesn't seem to be offended anymore. This one must be the right fork then. When everyone starts eating, I dig into the salad too, but it tastes like paper to me. I'm nervous. My hands are clammy.
So you've become the Saintess, Lady d'Aquarius.
Oh. And I forgot to mention that this update demo has certain voice dialogue. Yeah. The man to my right, Duke George, if Celeste's memory serves me correctly, strikes up a conversation with me. He's a young duke and a powerful player on the battlefield of Lokari's Empire's politics. I'll have to do my best not to say or do anything strange.
Yes, despite my surprise, the Golden Bow has chosen me.
Well, now that you carry such an important role, do you plan to improve your knowledge of etiquette?
Yeah, I wonder who I'm gonna end up going with at the end of this. He points at my salad. I mean, to be fair, that is a nice looking salad. Not sure about the avocado though. Oh, come on. What am I doing wrong this time? The Duke smiles, but his expression isn't unkind.
You have no idea what you're doing wrong, do you?
Nope, not at all. Though I would be one to say, I use the fork in my right hand, and the knife in the left.
I don't.
Oh, hang on. Oh, there's prawns on there. I retract my statement.
May I?
He extends his hand to me. When I don't protest, he touches my hand gently to modify the way I'm holding the fork.
Oh, come on, George. You're spoiling the fun.
The lady to my left has a cruel smile on her face. Shoot, I really was eating the cellar wrong after all. My cheeks heat up from embarrassment, and suddenly I find it hard to breathe. For every kind person like Duke George, there's a cruel one like that lady here. A vulture, just waiting for me to make a mistake. Now that I am the Saintess, I will be watched even more closely than Celeste was as a mere count's daughter. They're all going to be laughing for weeks about the way I ate the stupid salad. Just know it. Celeste's memory tells me that this incident won't be the first time she's ruined her reputation with a stupid mistake either. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I can't be here anymore. I have to get some fresh air, or else I will hyperventilate. Are you okay? Oh, hang on. Oh, he's rocking a nice cloak there. That's a nice looking cloak. Duke George calls after me, but I walk quickly to the terrace. Once I'm away from the throne room, I run into the gardens. I stopped only when I reach a small lake. Here, I put my arms around my frame, trying to control my breathing. Breathe, Celine. In and out. In and out. Don't cry. Don't cry. You ruined the makeup Linda spent hours putting on you to make you look like a real noble lady. I didn't think I would run into you here. I turn around when I hear the voice. It's Noah. He's drawn his sword and his usual mocking demeanor is not present. He's completely serious when he suddenly puts his sword right against my throat. My heart beats so loudly that it feels like it could jump out of my chest, this time from fear. Does Noah want to kill me?
I wish I could just kill you and be done with it.
Well, that's a fine how do you do. He does. But why? Suddenly, I remember the scene. I fangirled over it when I was reading the novel. This is the scene where Noah puts his sword to Levy's throat. It's overly dramatic, and most of the readers of the novel interpret it as romantic interaction. We talked about the event for hours on the web novels forums. But now I think this setup is just ridiculous. I could take a step back at any time from the coldness of steel, and my neck would be safe. I give Noah a long stare. He's looking at me seriously, as if he's really pondering if he should harm me. I don't believe he actually will. I will entertain his antics for a while longer, just to see what he has to say to me. I want to know how much the scene changes with me here instead of Levy.
Why do you want me dead?
Because you're the reason I have to go on the mission to kill the Demon Queen. And so soon. If anybody less capable than you had been chosen as the Saintess, Mother wouldn't have told us to leave within a mere month.
I'm glad he thinks so highly of my archery skills, especially considering how little the nobles think of my etiquette skills. But he's wrong.
I may not be as great at archery as you think.
That fact would change nothing at this point. Mother is now convinced you can defeat the fiend. This is a suicide mission. None of us will come back from the quest.
Even though I remember this line from the book, my eyes widen.
How do you know we won't return?
His words almost feel oddly like foreshadowing for what happens in the book. Noah seems to seriously believe what he's saying.
20 people going deep into demon-ravaged lands to enter the Demon Queen's castle and kill her. what could possibly go wrong?
Maybe take the sword away from the neck, and we wouldn't have 19 people going in instead. That sound fair? He's really convinced we're going to die on this quest. I can see the desperation in his eyes.
Can't you convince your mother to postpone the day we leave or to increase the amount of people we can bring with us?
I've already tried. She doesn't want to listen. It's almost if she wants to set us up for failure.
Oh, Noah, you're closer to the truth than you think. Oh, so this will end badly for everybody involved. I can't tell him anything about his mother's plan to get rid of him. He would just grow suspicious if someone he barely knows, spouts such important information about his life. I should only tell him what's really going on with the Empress when, or if, we become friends during the quest.
Look, I'm afraid of the mission too. But I don't want to give up. I won't just roll over and die. I'll keep fighting until the very end. No matter how the mission ends, I want to be sure I've done everything I can to fulfill my role properly.
Noah's eyes widen.
You're right. I can't just give up.
I'm sorry. I must also see the mission through until the end. Ooh, what do I do here? You know what? I'm sure you'll do great. You'll do great on the quest. I hear you're a great fighter. Rumor has it you're difficult to talk to, and don't have very good social skills. I'm sorry. Is he talking to Celeste, or is he talking to me? All I see here is a composed young woman who can compliment others. You're a mystery, Saintess. Uh-oh. I must be careful about what I say to others. I don't want to break my character as Celeste too much. Wait, can I go backwards? One thing's for sure. I don't want you to die, Your Grace. Just know it's fine. We're teammates now, I suppose. I like the sound of that. Okay, thank you for the jump scare there, Throne. Thank you for the jump scare. Noah smiles. Noah smiles back. He seems much more relaxed now. I'll continue trying to get Mother to delay the deadline for us to leave. I would appreciate more time to train. Right. Time to go back to the ball then. Without sparing me another glance, Noah walks past me towards the terrace. I watch him until he disappears between the carefully trimmed bushes of the palace garden. I look out of the water of the lake and take a few deep breaths. I hadn't expected Levy's scene with Noah to play out for me. I also didn't end up responding the way Levy would have either, but would have done. Our encounter didn't turn romantic at all. Yet my heart is beating quickly, regardless, because I'm still scared about so many things. The stress is catching up to me. I fall to my knees on the soft grass. I can't hold back my tears any longer. In the end, I'm just a girl, caught up in so many responsibilities. I'm tired. I'm terrified. I want it all to stop. No matter how much I cry, though, this new reality won't magically change for me. I'm still Celeste, and I'm still the Saintess. The sooner I accept my fate and put my energy into the few things I can still change, the better. With renewed purpose, I get up and start walking back to my room. Screw the ball. I'm not going back there, only to be ridiculed further. I don't want the whole Imperial Court to continue watching how terrible I am at being a noble lady. If I had more time before the quest, I would take lessons to get better at etiquette. However, with the way the situation has unfolded, I'll have to focus only on improving my archery and horseback riding skills. Besides, the future of the Empire doesn't depend on me knowing which fork to use for a salad. But it certainly does hang on me using the golden bow properly. I'm walking down the corridor towards the apartment where my family is staying, when I hear someone run behind me. Celeste! Levy calls me by my first name. He always does when it's just him and Celeste. It's something the two of them agreed to do when they were younger. Levy stops before me and looks me up and down. Where have you been? I didn't notice when you left the throne room. You're not supposed to go anywhere without me. Father's orders. I know. I just forgot. I realized I hadn't been thinking about how Levy would feel if I suddenly disappeared. Yet again. I'm not concerned about failing to follow his orders. I'm genuinely worried about you. He blushes and looks away. My heartbeat quickens. Why though? Celeste has no romantic feelings towards Levy, but do I? I must admit, he's very handsome and kind. And he's my favorite character from the book. Am I that much of a simp? I let out a long sigh. Levy looks back at me with a worried expression. He then looks me up and down again. You're all right, are you not? He focuses on my face and frowns. You've been crying? You must notice my smudged makeup. I was. But I feel better now. What made you cry? When I see the sincere worry on Levy's face, I want to tell him the truth. I'm just overwhelmed by suddenly becoming the Saintess. By having to carry the burden of saving the whole empire. I look down, tears welling up in my eyes again. Celeste. I look back up to see Levy staring at me with love and adoration. It hurts being on the receiving end of such feelings, knowing that they aren't really for me. No matter what happens, know that I'll always stay by your side. I'm sorry to drag you into this quest with me. He would have been caught up in this mess anyway, if he were the saint. But now he's coming along anyway as Celeste's knight. What if Levy dies protecting me? My heart feels heavy. I must do my best to get as strong as possible. Don't say that. I swore to always protect you, did I not? Back when I became your knight, remember? I recall Celeste's memory of that time. They were both 14 back then, and Levy took a knee in front of her and swore he would protect her until death did them part. He made his vow with such sincerity and fervor. Yet, I'm not the one whom he swore to always stay beside. That person was Celeste, so he should be free of the oath since Celeste is kind of dead. I can't tell him the truth though. On the spur of a moment, I gestured towards Levy. Lean down, please. You're too tall. Too tall for what? Levy gives me a puzzled look until complies with my request. I press up on my toes and kiss him on the cheek. Not as Celeste, but as Celine, because I genuinely feel grateful to him. I don't know how else to express myself right now.
Celeste? Celeste?
Okay, that's actually kind of funny.
Celeste?
Okay, last time, I swear. Levy blushes a deep red and gets flustered. Only when I lean back and smile at him do I realize I shouldn't be doing something so intimate with a man who loves the woman who once inhabited his body. I might be sending him the wrong message, especially after our earlier conversation.
I'm sorry. I just...
Don't be sorry.
I just wanted to express my gratitude.
I let out a sigh.
You always do your very best to protect me. Thank you, Levi.
Oh, it's Levi. Oh, it's Levy. Okay, so Levi.
You're welcome, but it's my job to take care of you.
I know you're not doing it just because it's your job.
Levi gives me a startled look. I turn around and start walking towards my room before he can reply. Let's go, Levi. We need to rest. Training starts tomorrow. Okay, that is such a cute outfit. Can I hide the... Oh no, I can't seem to hide the dialogue box so I can see the outfit properly. The next day I begin training with the golden bow on the palace training grounds. Much as I expected, due to its elaborate design, the bow proves difficult to use. I send arrow after arrow, flying at targets, but I only hit one out of every 10 times. Not only are my bow skills rusty, but the weapon isn't cooperating either. Finally, too frustrated to continue, I give up. I'll try again tomorrow. I make my way to my room with Levi following behind me. This is a suicide mission. We're not gonna come back to Solus alive. Please, Noah, don't say such things in public. What if someone hears you? At the end of the corridor, two people stand to the side talking. The one who said something about a suicide mission is Noah. After our conversation in the garden the other day, his words don't shock me. What does surprise me, though, is that he's openly talking about his feelings for someone else. Also, can I just say the background art looks so good here. I hide behind a pillar and take a peek of a person. The dark-skinned knight with her hair in buns must be Tarek, Noah's right hand and the leader of the palace guards. She's wearing armor with the Lokari Empire royal insignia on her chest, characteristic of the guards. The leader of the mission should believe in the quest's success. You can't be heard doubting our ability to defeat the Demon Queen. It's just, I have a really bad feeling about Mother's request, Tarek. Why is she pushing us to go to the Demon's Castle so soon? Why can't we wait a few months until everyone feels ready and has practiced fighting as a team? We can't go against the Empress's orders. You know that. She said her reason for the rush is that the demon army keeps getting closer and closer to the capital. Yet the fiends are at least three weeks' journey away from Solus on horseback, and I haven't made any significant movements towards it in at least a decade. We've got time. The Empress seems to have a different opinion on the matter. I just don't trust her. Noah, watch what you say. What if... Suddenly, she turns around and unsheathes the sword. Who's there? She's noticed me. I step out from behind the pillar, revealing myself. Oh. If it isn't the Saintess, welcome. Hello. How much of our conversation do you overhear? I told you, Your Grace. You should be more careful. I'm sorry for eavesdropping. I was just curious. The excuse is a sad one, but it's the truth. Noah takes a step closer to me. Oh. Hi, Zoe. Cutie. Oh, you were curious about me? I arch my eyebrows, unsure of what he means. I didn't say. He leans in closer to me, his face level with mine. He has his signature smirk on his face. I didn't know you were interested in me, Celeste. I finally understand what he's suggesting. He's flirting with me. That's not what I meant. I'm very pleased to win your attention. If you want to know more about me, how about we get together for tea? Read the signs, dude. She ain't interested. He really is hitting on me. I feel embarrassed, not sure how to respond. I'm not. Would tomorrow afternoon be okay for you? Not that he's letting me get a word in edgewise anyway. Anger rises in my heart. I'm not interested in you. I take a few steps back, putting distance between us again. Noah chuckles. I let out a frustrated huff. I don't appreciate you flirting with me. Is that what I'm doing? You clearly are. The other day he wanted to kill me, and today he's playing with me? What a frustrating guy. I'm leaving. I rush towards my rooms, my footsteps heavy. I feel furious at Noah for clearly making fun of me. Levi falls behind me like my shadow. I spend the next 2 days training with the golden bow. I increase my accuracy rate, but I'm still struggling to wield the weapon. In the afternoon, Elijah approaches me. How's the training going? Should I be honest with him? I hesitate, but I know I'll need his help to access the bow's magic. Honestly, the training's not going great. I feel like the bow is fighting me for control. The bow is supposed to be semi-sentient. It may very well be that it hasn't yet fully accepted you. Hasn't fully accepted me? What should I do to make the artifact approve of me? Unfortunately, I don't know. Training will continue to be a struggle, won't it? I wanted to ask you something ever since I was chosen as the Saintess. You're the High Priest, so you know a lot about holy magic. Is that right? As much as a human possibly can. I'm the strongest light magic user in the Empire. Ah, that's right. I remember that part from the book. Everyone thought Elijah would become the saint, but on his 18th birthday, he didn't get chosen. The previous high priest abdicated at the time and passed on the role to Elijah. That's how Elijah came to have such a high position at such a young age. The novel also said Elijah's light magic is abnormally strong. Could you teach me about light magic? Sure, but you have no magic of your own. You know that, right? I nod. Celeste was never a magic user, and that fact didn't change when I took over her body. But I have to defeat the Demon Queen with the Golden Bow's magic, right? So is there a way for me to access it? Ah, yes. Artifacts like the Golden Bow do carry their own magic. You don't have to have a magical affinity of your own to use their power. Although already being trained in wielding magic would help you understand more easily how the bow's magic is used. Still, I can at least explain the basics to you. And then with practice, I'm sure you'll catch on. What if I don't understand what he tries to teach me? Will we be doomed to fail then? I swallow hard. I'm afraid I'll be a magical failure. No, gloomy thoughts won't help make anything better. I need to focus on what Elijah can teach me and do my best to understand the Golden Bow's power. Please, teach me what you know about using an artifact of holy magic. Sure. Heh. Not realize the music was that loud. Elijah moves behind me, touching the hand I'm using to aim the golden bow. Close your eyes. I will pour some of my light magic into you so that you can understand how magic flows through the human body. To access the golden bow's magic, you have to pull some of that magic towards you and let it enter your body. Be open to it. Don't struggle against the power. I close my eyes, like Elijah commands. I feel his grasp on my hand growing firmer. He's standing behind me, his chest pressed against my back so I can feel the heat of his body touching mine. The contact is quite intimate and makes my cheeks flush with embarrassment. Then, I feel Elijah's magic enter my body. It's a gentle stream, not as strong as when he examined me for injuries a few days ago. Still, I can feel that magic coursing through my veins. Elijah told me to focus on the flow of magic, so I don't let myself succumb to the pleasant feeling of closeness. I focus on the power coursing through my veins instead. Do you feel how the magic is moving through you? Yes, I do. Elijah lets go of me and steps away, taking the comfort presence of his magic with him. I'm almost saddened, suddenly feeling as if I've lost something important. I shake off the strange emotion. You must convince the golden bow to let you access its magic. Then, pull the power towards yourself and let it flow through your body. Only by doing so will you be able to aim that magic with your arrow and strike the Demon Queen when the time comes. I use my staff as a way to store more magic, even though I have magic of my own within my body. I can only use more powerful spells with the staff's help. Just like what you must do with the bow, I draw the magic of my staff into my body so I can release the power as bolts of light. The human body is a conduit for an artifact's magic. I nod, try my best to comprehend what Elijah's explaining. I'll try it out. Great. Let me know if you have any more questions. I have to return to my office. You can find me there whenever you need me. After Elijah leaves, I return to practicing archery. I try to pull the bow's magic towards me, like he instructed. But I can't replicate what the High Priest did. Even so, I keep trying. There's too much at stake for me to give up so easily. Okay, that's enough for tomorrow. I can't overdo it or else I won't have the strength to train tomorrow. I do a few stretches, grab my bow and make my way back to my room. Oh! In the palace corridor, I run into someone I hadn't expected to meet again. Greetings, Lady Celeste. George nods at me, putting a hand over his heart. I make my best attempt at a curtsy. Your Grace. George looks at me up and down. His eyes show concern. Are you doing okay? Yes, I am. You ran off from the ball the other night and never returned. It's true that I embarrassed myself by running away from George and Penelope in the middle of a conversation. I was about to have an anxiety attack, so I needed to get away, but after I met Noah in the gardens and cried my eyes out, I was too afraid to rejoin the party. I didn't want to be amongst people anymore anyway, especially nobles who were just waiting for me to make a blunder. I've been worried for you. Huh? Now that was unexpected. Why would George worry about me? We barely know each other. I've really been okay. I get the feeling he doesn't buy my words. Walk with me in the gardens? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to get to know one of the most important people in the Lokari Empire better. Okay. We walk for a while in silence until we reach the less frequented part of the gardens. I've been meaning to ask you about something, but the dining table during the ball didn't seem like the right place. Could you tell me more about the demon that attacked you? Yes, of course. It was an imp, if I recognized it correctly. Was it a small flying creature with a scorpion's tail, long horns, and sharp claws? Yes, that's right. It had a reddish-gray skin and had wings with some symbols tattooed on them. They come in various colors. Do they? Yes, imps are aplenty at the warfront. They have a cruel nature, seeking to play with their victims rather than outright kill them like other monstrosities. Though they're relatively easy to kill with magical arrows, if one can keep up with their swift movements, they know how to dodge attacks well. Demons are more intelligent than humans give them credit for. You know a lot about demons. I'm not sure how much you know about me. I used to be the general of the Lokari Empire's army, and I fought on the warfront for years. The general? Yes, the highest ranking officer in the field. But aren't you very young to hold such an important position? George chuckles. I'm momentarily stunned when I see his beautiful, carefree smile. You're one to judge. Celeste just turned 18 this year. I was 3 years older when I died. Yeah, you're right. I'm 26. Oh. Then you're not that much older than me. You think 8 years is not much? I mean, 7 years. 7 years of my content creation career is a long time. In this world where there are bigger age gaps between couples in arranged marriages. Wait, why am I thinking about George as a love interest? He isn't asking me this question for me to consider him romantically. It depends on why you're asking. I suppose you're right. It's just that I feel older than my age. The years I spent on the battlefield took a toll on me. Could you tell me more about the war? Sure. What would you like to know? The war has been going on for a few decades now. Is it really impossible to win without the Saint? We've encountered the Demon Queen herself on numerous occasions, but we couldn't kill with weapons or magic. Even light magic wielded by powerful priests couldn't breach her defenses. Oh dear. Sorry, Elijah, but you're out of a job. She has a dark aura shield around her that deflects all incoming attacks. Nothing has been able to get through so far. And this is where the bow comes into play, isn't it? And she keeps the demon army well organized. They obey her commands, even at the cost of their lives. Since demons value their own lives so little, they fight viciously and to the death. They're a difficult opponent to face. You've really seen the Demon Queen? Yes, though she can change her form. One moment she's a beautiful woman, the next she's a horrifying monstrosity. I see. After making a circle around our gardens, we returned to the corridor. I'll have to make my way back to the palace now. Duty calls. I'm sorry for taking so much of your time. No, I wanted to talk to you. I need a break sometimes too. If you ever have more questions about the war or the Demon Queen, don't hesitate to ask me whenever we have the opportunity to talk. I'd love to learn more about your role as the general too. Really? It's nice of you to be interested in me. I may or may not answer you though, depending on the question. So we're not gonna ask about the wages then. George clearly has his secrets, and I don't feel like I can pressure him for answers. He's already shared some useful information with me today anyway. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for talking to me. It was a pleasure. And, Lady Celeste, I know you carry a heavy burden now, having the responsibility of the Saintess on your shoulders, but don't be so hard on yourself. You're trying your best. That's nice of him. That's nice of him. Thank you. We say our goodbyes and part ways. I found George very intimidating at first, considering his high position in the noble society. But he's actually a kind man, isn't he? As I return to my room, I'm again faced with an unexpected encounter. Celeste? Fancy running into you again? Oh dear. I fear I can't say the same, Your Grace. And here I was, waiting for the opportunity to apologize to you. Apologize? Quite unexpected of me, isn't it? Well, I'm glad you finally changed your mind about teasing me, Your Grace. About teasing you? You mean the way I've been keeping you on your toes? We both know that's quite entertaining for both of us. No way. But no, I wanted to say sorry about the other day in the garden. I was overly dramatic. Aren't you always? You could say that. Still, we can certainly agree that putting a sword to your throat is on another level than our usual conversations, or even the way I act towards a mother. Should I... Should I give you two some privacy? You don't have to, Tarek. I don't think I properly introduced you to Celeste. She's the head of the palace guards, isn't she? That's not what I meant. Tarek is also like a mother to me. She's been my personal guard since I was little, before I promoted her to be my right hand, the person who keeps order in the palace on my behalf. She's a very important person to me. My link to my Durendai. If the devs are watching this, how do you pronounce that one? is it Durendai? Anyway, Durendai Legacy. It always warms my heart when you speak so highly of me. Ah, cute. How could I not? You've always supported me, even when I had nobody to rely on. Your father, the late Emperor Consort, died when you were young, right? Since the Empress didn't have a good relationship with Noah, he had no other person he could call family. It's not surprising that he came to treat Tarek, his personal guard, as family. I already knew that much from the book, but seeing Noah admit of his love for Tarek still warms my heart. There's more to Noah than just annoyingly flirting with me, that's for sure. Yes, my father died when I was 6. I can't say I even remember his face that well, if not for the family portraits. I would have already forgotten the way he looked. Because every day when I stare in the mirror, I only see my mother's features, her face, her hair color, the way we smile. They're all the same. The only thing I inherited from my father was the color of my eyes, and my slightly darker complexion. Noah glances at Tarek. Sometimes I wish I could have more proof of my southern legacy than just skin that looks tanned, and an eye color unusual for the Lokari. Tarek's expression turns red, will turn sad. She looks at Noah with both love and pity in her eyes. I too feel what Noah said deeply. Of course, he wants to know more about his father's side of the family, about his roots. It's not easy to be a person of mixed race, especially without family who can teach you about your culture. I'm glad Tarek was there for you, Your Grace. So am I. That's why, Celeste, I may sometimes be overly dramatic, flamboyant. Even it's the way, well, flamboyant even. It's the way I deal with the world. But that doesn't mean I'm not sincere when I apologize to you. I really am sorry for the other day. I didn't mean to scare you. It's okay. I'm not that mad about it anymore. But you are still a little angry? A little? I love this expression on Celeste's face. Like it's just so cute. Like, it is just so cute. It can't be denied. Very well. I can accept that. I can accept that. I often find that anger is a great source of motivation to drive one forward. I hope you will use that energy well. Just don't go overboard with being mad at me. I wouldn't want your anger to turn into resentment. Alright. Noah and Tarek. Noah and Tarek escort me to my family's apartment where we say our goodbyes. The more I learn about Noah, the more I realize how human he is. He's a multifaceted individual, not just a character in a story, but a real person. I mean, to be fair though, you're in the story. They're all real people to you now. They're all real people. I mustn't forget that fact. Is your training going well? In the evening, Eurydice comes by my room. I'm happy to have her company. Eurydice has always been a ray of sunshine in Celeste's life. I'm glad the two of them have such a good relationship. I feel like an imposter by pretending to be Celeste in front of her twin sister. She hasn't figured out I'm someone else yet, though. So I'll consider continuing acting. I'll continue acting for as long as I can. Not really. I let out a long sigh and tell Eurydice about my training. I don't understand what the High Priest means by accessing the Golden Bow's magic. Every time I try to think about the artifact let me share in some godly power, nothing happens. It's frustrating. Elijah showed me how it can feel to receive the magic, but I can't reproduce the result. I have no affinity for magic. I don't understand what to do. Don't pressure yourself so much. It's only been a few hours since you even found out how light magic is used. You're right. I should be more patient. I'm just annoyed because the golden claw is so clunky in its design that aiming is hard as well. I glare at the offending object, which rests next to my bed. It's like the golden bow is actively resisting me. I don't think that's possible. Elijah said the golden bow is semi-sentient. Well, it did have the will to choose its saint. I always thought choosing was all it could do, though, except for killing the demon queen and acting as a normal weapon. The golden bow is a mystery, that's for sure. I let out a long sigh. You should take some time off to relax. I can't. Not when I know I have so little time to train. You're not going to be any good at... Hi, Caldonia. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hi. Hopefully Monday streamed you well. I'm doing well. I'm doing the cute things and doing a sponsored stream with a visual novel called Saintess of the Golden Bow. Ah, you're so sweet, Cal. You're so sweet. Well, actually, speaking of, I want to see if the Kickstarter page has opened up for it. How's the game? Extremely well. Extremely well. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. 'Cause, 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 'cause Oh yeah, that's yeah. That's kind of for it. But yeah, just to provide a little backstory on how I ended up here. I was reached out on Twitter to check out the demo back in September for Let's Play One Shot, and fast forward to now, I'm helping to promote the Kickstarter launch. Yeah. Yes, so cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're so sweet, Cal. Oh, and I don't usually stream Mondays, but in this case, I really wanted to do it to help get the word out about the Kickstarter launch. Ah, thank you. If you want to check this out yourself, the demo is now up on Steam. This is actually the latest demo build that was put up for, I believe, Next Fest, or well, I think it was Next Fest anyway. Or is it? Oh, okay, I thought it'd be like the I thought there was like another Steam event going on, but no, it is actually Next Fest. Anyway, we're gonna carry on with the story. You're not gonna be any good at learning how to wield the bow if you just train constantly. The human body and mind have to take breaks from time to time. I know what we should do. Lady Penelope is organizing a tea party in the Royal Gardens in 3 days. Who is Lady Penelope? Wait, didn't? Hang on. You know, I could have sworn that name was mentioned earlier. The Duchess of Ventis. I looked through the Celeste's memories, but came up with no information about the Duchess or Ventis. I have no idea whom you're talking about. Hang on. Sorry, hang on. I've just been talking for the last, hour and... Yeah. Yeah. You sat next to her during the last ball. I felt myself going pale, then red. Duchess Penelope was the one who wanted me to embarrass myself further during dinner. That's not a good idea. I don't want to go to a tea party. No, definitely not. The Duchess of Ventis is known for its lavender fields and beautiful gardens. Well, sorry, the Duchy. They also make the best honey in the Empire. Now that you're the Saintess, the Duchess invite us to her tea party. Many important people will be there too. All the more reason why I shouldn't go. Please, Lady Letita asked me to convince you to come. Duchess Letita is a friend of Eurydice. Her family I know. They own vast fields, and the people working for them produce the majority of grain in the Empire. Letitia is kind and compassionate. She took Eurydice into her entourage 2 years ago, elevating Eurydice's status in society. Celeste feels so indebted to the Duchess. But I don't. I have no desire to go to Lady Penelope's tea party and further embarrass myself. Lady Letita said that now you have such a high standing in society, You should take part in the politics of the Empire more often, Celeste. You're going on the quest now, but once you return home, you'll still be the Saintess. You have the chance to be very influential if you use your opportunities correctly. I'm gonna save this just in case. Right. Nothing bad will happen with myself and Lady Letita around. Please, Celeste. When Eurydice begs me like this, I find her pleas hard to refuse. I don't want to go, but she has a point. I'm planning to survive the mission. That fact means I'll have a future beyond just fighting against the Demon Queen. Right, I mentioned earlier that the background art looks amazing. Yeah. Oh, and if you want to know what happened earlier in the visual novel, here's the link to the Let's Play one shot I've done for the demo back in September. Yeah, the events of that go up to the point where Celeste has been given the golden bow. Well, actually, it goes a little bit further than that too. Yeah. But I basically continued where I left off. Oh wait, sorry. What's that you saying? Sorry, I don't understand what you just said there, Cal. Or was you meant to say or was you meant to say click? Okay, oh, yeah, now we can carry on. Okay, I get what you were saying now. I see. Okay. I will return to the past, and then I will have to hone my etiquette skills. I don't want to end up an important player in the politics of the Empire. I don't want to become an embarrassment to both myself and my sister. Lol. Yeah. Took me like 5 minutes to realize what you meant by I see. Alright. I'll go. With a heavy heart, I agree to Eurydice's request. Really? Yes, really. Don't ask me again or I might change my mind. Understandable. Oh, any fun plans for the week, Cal? Or are you just vibing with friends? Eurydice grabbed my hands and jumped up and down, squealing. Now you're the one not acting like a normal lady. Oh, come on! Don't pretend like you care about. Don't pretend like you care about acting prim and proper now. Thank you, Celeste. I have a bad feeling about the tea party. Now that I've agreed to go through, now that I've agreed to go through, I'll have to keep my word and do so no matter what. The next day, I'm returning from training when I witness a commotion in front of the doors of the throne room. People dressed in rags and with burns on their bodies and badly bandaged wounds push against the guards, who stand between the crowd and the entrance to the Grand Hall. Stop pushing. We need to see the Empress. Please, please, let us through. I'm so hungry. Hush, love. I'll get you some food soon. Food? Foodstuffs? I turn around and look at Levi. Any idea what's going on here? Also, I'm gonna say now, but I said this earlier, but Celeste's outfit here looks so cute. I wish I could see the whole thing, but I have no idea how to hide the text box. No, but it may be worth asking about. If you wish, I'll keep you safe. I nod. I want to find out what's wrong and how I can help. I approach the crowd from behind and tap one of the men on the shoulder. He turns around and gives me a desperate look. My lady, please help us. What's happening? Who are you? We're refugees from Barwood, a town that was a mere hour's ride from the front lines. But 2 months ago, the demons reached our homes. They burned our beloved town to the ground. They burned our beloved town to the ground. Yes, as my wife says, Barwood is nothing but ash and ruin now. We took our families and walked all the way to the capital on foot to seek the help of our benevolent ruler. But our benevolent ruler doesn't even want to see us. I look past and to see the throng of refugees crowding around the guards, pressing closer to the front room entrance. How long have you been waiting for an audience? Since morning. We've run out of supplies and money. We're hungry. I wouldn't call the Empress a kind ruler, so I'm not shocked that she doesn't give a damn about the refugees. If she hasn't wanted to see them since this morning, I doubt she ever will. I have no idea how to break news to the couple. They look at me with such expectancy. I want to help them. No, I will help them. Levi, can you run to the kitchen and bring water and some bread and butter for the refugees? If the kitchen staff don't want to cooperate, tell them the Saintess sent you. I'll go talk to Prince Noah. Maybe he can help. Or at least tell me what else we can do for the refugees. Yes, my lady. Levi bows to me and runs off. You're the Saintess, my lady? The Saintess! What I see in the eyes of the crowd is now reverence, and emotion scares me. It's just me, Celeste. I don't feel like a holy person. Still, I suddenly understand what the Saintess means to the common folk. The people step closer, extending their arms to grab me. I grow afraid. Levi is not with me. I gotta go. I'll be back with help soon. I turn around and bolt away from the crowd, running as quickly as my feet can carry me. The Saintess means so many different things to different people. A savior, a noble of high standing, a perfect archer. Yet, why do I feel like none of those titles suit me? Still, I want to help the refugees, so I run to Noah's office. Noah's secretary leads me into the office, where the prince is meeting with Tarek. Lady Celeste de Query, Saintess of the Golden Bow. Roll credits. I curtsy quickly and sloppily. Noah's office is spacious with a large green rug in the middle, and several pieces of expensive-looking artwork on the walls. I'm not interested in the decor right now, though. Oh, if it isn't the Saintess. You look radiant today. Must be... Don't start now, Noah. Noah drops his usual smirk, sensing that I'm serious. What's going on? I met a group of refugees from Barwood in front of the throne room. They have been waiting for an audience with the Empress since morning. They're thirsty, hungry, and have been festering badly treated wounds. Those badly tended wounds. There are men, women, and small children there. Whole families who have run here from the battlefront. Yet the Empress doesn't want to see them. Please, help Noah. Noah gives me a long look, his expression angry. Even from my mother, this sort of behavior is too much. I agree with him, but it's not my place to say anything. Thank you for bringing the matter to my attention. I'll do anything in my power to help them. I'll find the refugees new homes in the capital, and I will make sure they're fed. Thank you, Noah. What is the palace guard doing when there are so many people in need here? The guard is protecting the entrance to the throne room. That's... I'll have to have a word with William. Clearly the Empress doesn't want to deal with the refugees. Celeste, could I ask you a favor? What is it? Can you run by the priest? Can you go by the priest's office and summon a healer or two who can tend to the refugees? I would send one of my own people, but I'm not sure who's on the side of the Empress and who's loyal to me anymore. I think the matter of the refugees should be taken care of quietly, behind my mother's back. Carrick will help me arrange accommodations and food for the refugees. I would like them to be healed as well. I don't trust anybody else not to blabber about what we're doing. Of course, I can go to the church wing and ask and talk to the priests. I'm sure they'll be happy to help once they're aware of the matter. I nod, say my goodbyes, and leave the office. I've never been to the wing of the palace where the priests reside, and neither has Celeste, so I ask a servant for directions. Soon I find the door to the priest's office. I knock. Come in. I enter the lavishly decorated room. To the left, numerous cabinets support shelf upon shelf of thick-spined books, while a large, beautiful painting hangs on the opposite wall. 3 people sit beside desks. To my left, a green-haired man with a scowl on his face is looking through the large stacks of papers. Not sparing me a glance, his table is decorated with shining crystals. How curious. To the right, a priestess with curly red hair looks up from the architectural plans of a huge building where she's been drawing something with red ink. She gives me a pleasant smile. At the podium in the back is Elijah's desk. The high priest gives me a surprised look when he sees me. You've come to visit me so soon, Saintess? That's the Saintess? The woman looks me up and down, then smiles again. I'm happy to finally meet you. I'm Meredith. overseer of the construction of the cathedral in Solace. I didn't even know there was a cathedral being built in the capital. Further evidence how little Celeste cares about anything other than hunting and horse riding. The Saintess, huh? I'm Gareth, Elijah's right hand. Gareth barely spares me a glance. He must be really busy with organizing his paperwork. I'm here because I want to ask you a favor, High Priest. It's fine to call me Elijah. How can I help? I look at Gareth and Meredith, unsure if I should speak while they're here. Gareth and Meredith are my most trusted people. You can tell me anything you need in their presence. Is something wrong? I guess if Elijah thinks it's fine, then I'm okay to speak with his two subordinates around us. A crowd of refugees has gathered outside the throne room. They've come from Barwood, near the battlefront, and want an audience with the Empress. They wish to ask her for help. They have nothing but what they managed to salvage from the town before it burned. They're hungry and badly wounded. But the Empress doesn't want to see them. Please, Elijah, could you send your light magic to... Could you use your light magic to heal their wounds? Of course I will. You don't have to ask me twice. Gareth, you will come with me. What? But the paperwork. The documents can wait. I know how much you hate having to organize them anyway. Healing's not a break. Well, I'll help. Gareth gets up from his seat and grabs two heavy bags from underneath his desk. Supplies to clean wounds and apply medicine the non-magical way. Let's go. Meredith, please take care of the office while we're away. Of course. Elijah, Gareth, and I leave the priest's office and walk to the corridor in front of the throne room. But Noah and Levi have returned. Levi and other servants are distributing water and bread from the kitchen to all the people in need. Wearing a serious expression on his face, Noah talks with the couple I spoke to earlier. Carrick takes notes from the conversation on the notepad, her quill moving quickly and efficiently. As soon as Elijah and Gareth see the extent of the refugees' injuries, they throw themselves into action, starting with the most seriously wounded. Their hands glow as they use their healing magic. So, we're saying that Elijah is somehow a white mage? I mean, it would make sense. Light magic, well, yeah. Light magic, healing, mages. You guys all get me? Well, hopefully you guys all get me. If not, I don't know what to do about that then. I just wanted to throw in a little something. Is there anything I can do to help? Ooh, okay. I'm gonna need a moment to think this through. Oh, this seems to be the point where I'm gonna have to pick somebody to try and woo. You know what, Levi? I've come close to Levi and the servants. Can I help with distributing the food? Are you sure, my lady? It's the servant's work. And who instigated this entire relief effort? Definitely not the Empress. I want to be useful. Levi hesitates for a moment, then nods. 1 loaf of bread, 1 piece of cheese, and 1 water skin to each person, including children. Understood. I kneel down next to the crates that Levi and the servants brought here. One holds loaves of bread, another holds cheese, sliced into generous chunks. And the last 2 crates hold full water skins. What is a water skin? Oh. So it's a water bottle made from skin. Usually that of sheep or goat. Okay. Levi organizes the refugees into a neat line. I give him 1 of each provision, and he gives them to the first person in the queue. Meanwhile, the servants distribute food to the badly wounded refugees. Elijah and Gareth are currently healing. The servants help some of the injured eat as well. Time flies by as we hand out the provisions. At some point, I lose count of how many people we've fed. When we run out of supplies, the servants run to the kitchens and bring more. At last, everyone has received their rations. Levi and I sit down by a pillar, snacking on some leftover bread and cheese. I'm so happy we were able to help these people. Thank you, Celeste. You helped as much as I did. Why are you thanking me? You're the one who got involved in the situation in the first place. You chose to act. I'm grateful for your initiative. That's what I'm saying! I get the feeling Levi took help in the refugees personally. I think I know why he's so happy we've helped those people. I remember his backstory in the book. As a child, he lived on the battlefront until his parents perished in a demon attack. He must see a parallel between the situation of these people now and his experience of coming to the capital with his brother 8 years ago. That also explains why he was so worried about me after I survived my encounter with a fiend. Before Levi was chosen to train as a knight, he and his brother escaped a fiend attack and scraped by on whatever they could. They had to rely on the help of others. I give Levi a serious look, nodding. Noah will figure out how to help those refugees further. Don't worry, Levi. May I have everyone's attention? Noah, standing in the middle of the refugee group, speaks up, his expression serious. Now that you are all healed and have been given food and refreshment, I'd like each of your families to come to my office. We'll discuss helping you find a place to settle in the city. For now, though, I'll assign you temporary accommodations. In 2 weeks, you'll be granted proper permanent housing. I'll also find jobs for everyone so you can sustain yourself in the capital on your own. In the meantime, I will provide you with food, medicine, and clothing so you can adjust to your new lives without trouble. Some people start crying while others cheer. Prince Noah, thank you. Priests, thank you for the healing. Thanks for your help, Saintess. Everyone gives us grateful looks. I turn to Levi with a bright smile. See, I told you Noah would figure out what to do next. There are tears in Levi's eyes. He smiles through them. I'm so happy we could change these people's lives. The situation is definitely personal for him. The crowd follows Noah to his office. I thank Elijah and Noah for their help. Then Levi and I return to my family's apartment. I'm tired. At the same time, I'm happy I was able to help the refugees. Aim and release. I spend the next 2 days practicing archery with renewed purpose. Oh. The threat of the Demon Queen's army feels more real to me after having witnessed the plight of Barwood's refugees. I know who I'm fighting to keep safe, and I'm ready to do more. This war isn't a part of a story anymore. It's really happening. I miss. Again. The Golden Bow doesn't want to listen to me. I feel like it's actively fighting me. Aim. And... That idea is ridiculous though, isn't it? It's just a bow with magic. It couldn't really be sentient, like Elijah said. Or could it? Release. Yeah, I'm living in a fantasy world, so isn't everything theoretically possible? I know there are some bounds to magic, but I haven't been thoroughly trained on the topic, so I'm not sure of the specifics. I miss again. Stupid bow. Even so, I don't give up. I aim and shoot again. I miss again and again. Sometimes I hit the target, only to miss over and over again once more. Ouch! At some point, I pull the bow wrong. Maybe I'm tired from making arrows fly like crazy over the past few days. My hand is bleeding. I look at the redness gathering in my palm. I can't continue shooting the bow with an injured hand. Even if I bandage my hand, I won't be able to shoot. The motion will hurt too much. I need healing. I'm just gonna resist the urge to make a Genji joke. Healing magic is still a strange concept to me as someone from Earth. Yet holy magic would indeed close the wound quickly, so I could continue my training. I've already seen proof of Elijah and Gareth's healing skills during the situation with the refugees. I look around, trying to find Levi. I see him engaged in mock combat with one of the other knights. I don't want Levi to find out I'm injured. From what I've seen in Celeste's memories, he always flips out whenever his lady's hurt. I'll just seek out a priest of my own. I know the way to the priest wing now. I shouldn't need much time to get this wound healed and return here. I make my way through the corridors of the palace. I pass by the chapel. The door is open, so I peek inside. Elijah is standing in front of the pedestal where the golden bow used to be. Okay, and we might need like a different version of the cathedral where the bow isn't there. Well, the chapel. Yeah. His hands joined together in a prayer. He has a contemplative look on his face. He must be praying to the god of light. He could heal my hand, but I don't want to interrupt with this serene scene. Just when I'm about to leave, I hear his voice behind me. You're free to approach me whenever you want. I turn around and step into the chapel. I'm sorry, you were praying. I just didn't want to interrupt you. Is that so? I can pray anytime. but I can only talk when you're around. Ah. Somehow I'm embarrassed by his words, and the smirk on his face. First Noah, now Elijah. Why do all the guys around Celeste want to flirt with her so badly? I suppose I can officially assume that Elijah is into me. What exactly is Celeste about me? What exactly about Celeste, about me, do they find so interesting? Their interests could work in my favor, given the love requirement for defeating the Demon Queen. If only I wasn't myself and knew how to flirt with a guy. Elijah comes closer to me. He looks down and notices my bleeding hand. You're injured. I was just going to the priest's wing to get my hand healed. I overdid it at archery practice. And you want to just get this wound patched up so you can overdo it all over again? We're leaving in 3 weeks. There's no time for me not practice using the bow. How's the training going? Slowly. I still feel like the golden bow doesn't want me to wield it. I can't wrap my head around the concept of a bow being sentient. You're convinced it doesn't want to shoot for you? Maybe you're the one blocking its power. Maybe he's right. I'm an uneducated person who has no comprehension of magic. Perhaps I'm rejecting the golden bow instead of the other way around. I'm not sure. I need to think about it. I look down at my hand. Elijah follows my gaze. May I heal you? Yes. I would be happy if you did. I need to touch you to do so. He's noticed how I've been responding to his touch and his magic so far. Just being near Elijah makes me embarrassed. You can touch me to heal me. Elijah takes my hand in his own. I can't help but feel shy. His magic pours into my hand, slowly. Its power will bring me that pleasant feeling of being home. The wound closes in a minute, fully healed, leaving no scar. Elijah lets go of my hand. I use every ounce of my will to resist reaching out to him. Why does his magic have such a strong effect on me? Here. Don't overdo the archery practice again. Though I'm sure you will anyway. Come by my office if you're bleeding again. I hate to see you hurt. He does? That's kind of sweet. Or is such a response normal from a healer? Normal from a healer? There is so much I don't know about Elijah. His role in the book was mostly to be part of the love triangle between himself, Levi, and Noah. The novel didn't go into as much detail about him as it did about Noah and Levi. Did Elijah have a lover in the church before the events of the book? What happened? Or had he never been in a relationship? Sorry, I was about to sneeze there. Okay. Or had he never been in a relationship? I don't think I'm close enough to him to ask about his love life. Maybe one day I will be, and then the mystery of Elijah will unravel itself. What is it? Elijah knows how quiet I've been. Thank you. No problem, but what's on your mind? He's not dropping the subject. Forgive me if I shouldn't ask this question, but We've interacted a few times so far. Yet I realize how I know so little about you. Elijah laughs at cheerful and carefree sound. Why would you want to know more about me, of all people? I'm not sure why I'm so interested in Elijah. I can't deny the truth, though I really do want to know more about him. Fine, I will tell you something else about me. Oh, he's taking pity on me? Well, I am interested in hearing what he has to say. I have 3 brothers. I was born a commoner, a farmer's son. When I turned 10, my affinity for light magic was tested, and I found out I was very strong at wielding holy powers. That's why my parents decided to give me to the church. I spent the next 10 years training as a priest and honing my magical skills. Do you miss your parents? I've seen them only 3 times since they gave me up, so no, I don't. We don't have a strong connection. Same with my brothers. If anything, my family was relieved to have one less mouth to feed. That's cruel. That's just life. Farmers don't have it easy, especially with the threat of the demons looming closer and closer each year. My parents have a farm that's only a week away from the battlefront by horseback. Should nothing change and the demons continue to advance, the farm will be destroyed by the end of the next decade. He talks about the possible destruction of his parents' farm with such a detached tone. He really doesn't have warm feelings for his family. My colleagues from the church quickly became my family. Gareth and Meredith mostly. We all graduated from the church's collegium together 2 years ago. A month later, I turned 18, so it was time for me to test, become the saint. Many people thought I would be the chosen one, given my strong affinity for holy magic. I even took some archery training to prepare, realizing the odds were high for me to be the saint. Though I'm nowhere near very skilled at shooting the bow. Yet, the golden bow didn't choose me. However, the time came for the head of the church to change. So knowing I wasn't the saint, and taking into account my achievements and skills, the previous high priest nominated me for the position. I was selected and became the new high priest. I've held the role ever since. Do you like being the high priest? It's a lot of paperwork and making major decisions. I do enjoy the job. Most of the time. Has the information I've given you about me satisfied your curiosity? Truth be told, I am more interested in small things like Elijah's favorite food or color. Though I shouldn't be. We're nowhere near close enough to ask about such personal details. The tidbit he shared about his relationship with his family was new to me, but the rest I already knew from the book. None of it helped me figure out why I'm so interested in Elijah. Still, I feel like it would be improper to do anything else at this point, but nod and agree with him. Yes, thank you for sharing more about yourself with me. I'm happy to quench your thirst for knowledge regarding myself. Now then, I need to return to the office. It was nice chatting with you, Saintess. We should talk more often. With those words, he walks out of the chapel, but sparing me another glance. How curious. In a sense, I do know more about Elijah now. Yet I also realize just how much more I might need to learn so I can figure out why I feel an attraction towards him. I shake my head. I've got training to do. I return to the training grounds. Levi hasn't noticed my absence. I'm glad. I didn't want to worry him. I take the golden bow in my hand and stare it down. You're not going to win against me. I knock an arrow in the bow again and aim. I continue training until I tire myself out. The next day comes. I realize it's time for Duchess Penelope's tea party. I almost want to pretend I have forgotten about the occasion, especially when Eurydice and Linda walked into my room to get me ready for the outing. The tea party is a more informal affair than the ball, or an audience with the Empress, so I opt for a more modest dress. We arrive at the Royal Gardens just in time for the event. Tables are set up and laden with so many kinds of colorful cakes that my mouth waters. If only I wasn't a noble lady, I'm supposed to mind my manners and eat daintily. Otherwise, I would have taken a full cake of each flavor all for myself. That is the ultimate mood. That is the ultimate mood. I want cake. I want cake now. Why? Considering how physically demanding archery training was, I could use some extra calories anyway. That's Duchess Penelope. Let's approach and greet her. Eurydice points to the lady whose long purple hair is adorned with a butterfly pin. While preparing me for the party with Linda, Eurydice makes sure to drill information about the Duchess into me. Lady Penelope's family has a lot of land, as well as a large palace in the countryside, surrounded by beautiful gardens. Supposedly, there are a lot of butterflies flying around. Eurydice has also been to the Ventis mansion a few times as part of Duchess Letitia's entourage. Although Penelope is only in her late 20s, she's one of the most important players in the politics of the Lokari Empire. Her influence is second only to Duke George's. Duchess Letitia has a large following of nobles as well. To be precise, Penelope and George are the leaders of two powerful opposing political factions. Duchess Letitia has her own following and doesn't engage with the two of them often. The war is nothing. It's so far away and doesn't concern those of us who are in the capital. Why should we worry about something that will never bother us? I don't like her already. And I already do not like this person. You're right. You're right, Lady Penelope. Are the demons even real? I hold back a long sigh. Duchess Penelope is the leader of the faction that believes less money should be spent on the war against the Demon Queen. I didn't realize until now that her beliefs were this stupid. Meanwhile, Duke George believes the Empress could engage more directly in the war. He'd also like that more money be invested into technological research so that the army can be better equipped to fight fiends. In his opinion, the Empire needs to be ready to stand its ground until the Saint emerges. So now that I've been chosen as the Saintess, the army only has to hold the front line until I can defeat the Demon Queen. I stand firmly with George's beliefs. He isn't here today though. This tea party seems to be a women-only event. Even if it wasn't though, I doubt Penelope would have invited her nemesis to her to a private gathering. I mean, have any of us ever seen a demon? As if they're nothing more than a myth. The Barwood refugees beg to differ. Eurydice gives me a look, clearly telling me to hold back my comments. Yeah, I stand by and listen to the Duchess's stupidity. Yeah, I can't stand by and listen to the Duchess's stupidity any longer. I have, you know. Have what? I've seen a demon. Penelope looked between me and Eurydice, her cruel smile from the night of the ball returns, and my blood freezes in my veins. Well, if it isn't the daughters of Count de Query, Eurydice and Saintess. Celeste, was it? Oh, she knows very well who I am. I bet the whole court has been gossiping about me ever since I got chosen to be the Saintess. That's right. Hello, Lady Penelope. Thank you for inviting us to your tea party. I thought it would be entertaining if we got to talk to the Saintess, considering her reputation. So tell me, Lady Celeste. Oh. Ow. I thought it'd be entertaining if we got to talk to the Saintess, considering her reputation. So tell me, Lady Celeste, you really kill a demon? I was right. Gossip really has been spreading about me. That's not exactly true. My knight Levi killed the imp. But you did come into close contact. With a fiend? Yes, that's true. The whole gathering of noble ladies let out shocked gasps. She couldn't have. That's so savage. I bite my lip. I should have expected such a reaction. I'm far from the norm when it comes to acting like a noble lady. Why did I agree to come here? Now, it's not like Lady Celeste could control the fact that a demon attacked her. She merely acted in self-defense. By calling for her knight's help, she saved her own life. I turn around, giving the lady who spoke up a grateful look. She has long braided orange hair and a kind smile. Duchess Letita. Still, being attacked by a demon. That's not something she could control. Right. Lady Penelope huffs. She walks over to one of the cake tables. Not the cakes. Don't take the cakes. When she turns around again, she claps her hands and has a smile on her face that could almost be considered pleasant. Let's get the tea party started. I'm looking forward to the shortcake. The atmosphere changes instantly. Excited chatter ensues as the ladies make their way over to the cake, taking a little bit onto each of their plates. Servants were nearby, but we're supposed to choose cakes for ourselves today. Eurydice sits down with Lady Letita's entourage. I'm not sure where I should sit. I don't recognize anybody except my sister and her favorite lady. Sit down with us. I nod, relief washing over me. I take a seat next to Eurydice. There's one more free seat next to me, but nobody takes it. Among small talk, we dig into the cake. Thankfully, I know the proper way to eat sweets, so I don't embarrass myself this time. The talk at Duchess Letita's table is much more pleasant than any conversation I've had with Lady Penelope. I relax. At some point, Lady Letita gives me a pointed look. You really should be more careful about what you're saying, Lady Celeste. for your own good. But what? But what Duchess Penelope said was just stupid. The other ladies gave me startled looks. Letita lets out a short sigh. That's what I'm talking about. It's fine to have your own opinion. Nobody will force you to agree with her. But you're the Saintess now, an important person in the political climate of the Lokari Empire. You may not feel like your role has changed, especially since your reputation still follows you. However, people are listening carefully to everything you say or do. You're a public figure now. I bite my lip and look away, embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm so inadequate. Duchess Penelope doesn't believe the war is important. Duke George has the opposite opinion. If you wish, you may formally join the side of either of them, or you may stay to choose politically neutral, like I am. You're focused on the quest to defeat the Demon Queen now, but a time will come when you will return from your journey, and you will still be a Saintess. Think carefully on what you want to do. Right. It may be that the demon army will disperse once the leader is slain, or we may have to fight the remaining demon hordes for decades to come. The debate between Penelope and George may become unimportant, or it may grow into the most hated topic in the court. Be mindful on what impact your words have and choose them wisely. Thank you for your advice. The Duchess has really given me something to think about for the future. I've been so focused on my training that I haven't thoroughly considered the politics of my situation. Lady Letita is right though. The Saintess is more than just a tool to end the war. I'll think carefully about what you said. What the long faces? Someone slides into the seat next to me. A man. What's a man doing at an all-girls party? I turn around and see Noah sitting next to me, with a wide grin on his face. Noah, what are you doing here? I was taking a break from work and decided to go for a walk in the gardens. I saw you were having a fun tea party, so I figured I'd crash it. Just like that? You figured you'd crash it? Perks of being the crown prince. I glare at Noah. He chuckles. This table is talking about such serious matters though. Why don't you ladies enjoy yourselves more? Especially you, Celeste. I hear you're training really hard. I am. That's good. I like women who know their way around weapons. I blush at the implication of what Noah just said. He's flirting with me again, making me embarrassed. And this time, he's doing it in front of a table full of wide-eyed noblewomen. Noah. I give the prince a serious look. Why you tease me so much? My words startle him. Why? Please stop flirting with me. It's really bothering me. You're sending the wrong signals, acting like you're really interested in me. You don't know me enough to be so casual with me. I shouldn't be this casual with him either, but his words set the tone for this exchange. Now I can't hold back the bite from my voice. What if I have a good reason for flirting with you? Oh, so he agrees he's been flirting with me this whole time. What good reason? I rather enjoy seeing you both blushing and mad. You're a great distraction from organizing the party for our quest. Besides, you know I can be serious when needed. He's referring to when we've worked together to resolve the refugee situation. I can't help but feel mad. Regardless, I don't want to be your distraction. Please stop teasing me. Noah throws his head back and laughs. There you are there you are all, getting all mad and flustered again. That shade of blushing pink looks lovely on your face. Noah! Prince Noah, this is supposed to be a women's only tea party. Duchess Penelope approaches us with a frown on her face. I've had my fill of Celeste expressions anyway, so I'll be going. Noah, people will get the wrong idea. Have you ever seen me care what the court says about me? I hadn't. They called him the Mad Prince, though, and he was really living up to his name right now. Bye, Celeste. Good luck on the training. Goodbye, ladies. The cake was excellent. He managed to snag a bite of cake during our conversation, and now he loads a bunch of cakes onto a plate before finally walking off. He's the big mood when it comes to the cake, I'll tell you that. That's the big mood. I wish I could act with so much freedom. Yet, Lady Letita just told me I can't act how Noah does. A shame, really. That was... let's continue the tea party. The rest of the tea party is uneventful, if a bit boring. However, considering how hard I've worked in the past week, I appreciate her being able to just sit down and take part in light conversation. Eurydice was right about this outing being good for me. I avoid interacting with Lady Penelope and her entourage for the rest of the party, sticking with Letita and her ladies instead. I don't embarrass myself any further. Okie dokie. And yeah, this does seem like a really good place to end it. So anyway, yeah, like whether you're watching whether you're watching this live on Twitch or through YouTube, like if you like the look of this visual novel, I will have the link for the Steam page and the Kickstarter page in the description of the video. Yeah. And hopefully you'll have the chance to check it out yourselves and make the choices I didn't get to make. Okay. I will see you when I see you. Welcome to the end card. Thank you for watching the video. If you like it, hit that like and subscribe button, and hey, maybe hype the video up in the comments so that maybe we can do more of this game? Maybe? I mean, it would be nice, like, to do like a mini series or something. Yeah.